It's a good match.
Here we go with The Undertaker ready for singles action.
And you can't talk about the biggest moments
Take a break from the radio, got a write-up thing, and Squirtle, which has UFC stuff now, which is interesting. I got to bring up Vince Torelli and South Atlantic Wrestling, which is, I'm sure that article actually not going to run. I had fun writing it, so it was cool. It's for current people, and it's like, well, I'm looking at it from the WWE perspective. And there's no WWE crossover there beyond like Disney really doing the two entrance ones. But you know, it gave me a chance to go into the history of UFC, WWF. It really started in '87. Shamrock and Shamrock is a fascinating guy. I mean, ever since his TNA run, that was really the start of him getting back into the merchandise. Other than he was in one of the games, but he was not a consistent deal. He was in the occasional. Before I hit the stamina system, now you're just cooked. It's like you're recovered, you can't do anything. And it's like,
going up top now. Oh, top rope. This is going to be bad. This is not going to be good.
Oh, okay. So you can counter, but you don't have any time to see it because you've got a light. It's the same color as your icon. There's one downside of them doing the plain white icons. Yes, that better fit, but okay. I guess it. Why they didn't do slingshot moves? Anvil did. Anvil had the slingshot shoulder ball. He's someone who really doesn't get what he deserves because he was, in a way, he's overrated, in a way, he's underrated. He was phenomenal in the. They had great chemistry with Hart. Them with Jimmy Hart, that was a good combination.
I'm not sure it's going to stop
he worked great with Waller. He did with Memphis. Sprinkle with Waller, you're kind of toast there.
And the dead man's still looking for another sadistic
really
move
did
to bury Bret Hart.
And he's someone who needed to be in a team. That was really his best. Like that for Bret. He'd have been fine in the WWF. He wouldn't have been a push to it. This team would have been barbarian. I don't know where he was in '97. The thing is, he was always treated like shit after the Hart Foundation. Oh, no, it's a new foundation. It was probably his last. Show you some respect. You know, and then he used him. He was just a dude. You know, that was fine. Like, he was happy to get his exposure on TV. He was fine. This kind of guy, kind of. Some another era, you give him a 6-man title. You know, I mean, that's kind of what those belts are there for. U.S. tag, same deal. It's like, let's give somebody a belt. U.S. tags, or at least a viable storytelling mechanism. Really, the 6-mans never were past mid-80s at best. In world class, you know, they were a big deal there too because of the Freebirds and Von Erich feud. But okay, let's see. We'll do the Amethyst thing here. This is a fascinating one. Jade Cargill and Sid Vicious. That's a hell of a match right there. It was a great torch roundtable for Mania where they went in and just Mania 8 and they go in, they close it off, saying the show is capped off with the company's market still free era of the Ultimate War. Hogan celebrating main event by Sid Vicious. But I may have been as steroid free as it could possibly. You know, there might have been some wrong. This, by the way, is the best look Sid had in the WWF. With the fans, the red was striking, the blue was striking. I like that look for him because he did struggle with WCW putting him in like a singlet, which on one hand was different. It looked terrible on him. It was weird to see Sid Vicious in a singlet. Even at that point, I'd only seen him in a so since some tapes, and Bash, variety of Coliseum videos, but even then I found that because I had the trading cards, I thought it was so strange he had a seal on him. He had a great body. Why is he covering? He also had really thick legs and a giant chest. It's like, why are you covering up all these assets? Well, it's like the goal was to monetize this guy. It's the whole point you have Sid Vicious in your company. You want this guy to shine and look good. And you just prevent that and make it much harder to do, which is a thing generally companies probably shouldn't be doing. You generally don't want to go, let's make our talent look worse and ensure that we don't maximize the dollars making. Like TNA, where I've been debating people for a day on this dark side, and it's TNA. They had the same platform as UFC, and more viewers. And one of these companies was worth billions. And the other is too. He's worth billions in a dollar. There we go. TNA is something where in 24 years, 25 and a little under a year. It's just this never-ending story. You have a company that couldn't get out of its own way. Never could, never will.
Quick way to respond with a reversal.
Be in their own shadow.
Every motion getting cut off. Well, we had that scouted.
There's a weird place to be. It's like you've got this
Laid out with a power slam.
could do more.
Lands
It is going to.
reversal. Big hammer
It's too easy. And it's insane. You have a company that could be this money-making operation if they just
This could be it.
were smart with their money over the decades.
Long enough for a one count is beyond comprehension.
And they never were. They could never get their own way. Ever. That's the wrong version of Choke Slam. So,
And he fights it off.
down that Choke Slam.
Catching up, taking a toll.
Caught the leg.
Each competitor showing they've done their homework.
And back elbow.
This is faster than the second counter.
To the gun. Here we go. Hoisted way up high.
Here's the power bomb. Now, can I? Okay, cool. I could do the resiliency scoop. Like that.
Everything in the kitchen sink in there, but to no avail.
Spear. Try to get a pin off that.
Elite performance from these competitors.
They're leaving it.
That's a fun match to do. I will make a couple tweaks to Sid's moves here, just because why not? Should have a crossface. As a finish. I mean, he did only use this finisher. I'm sure he has it as like his submission, but really just giving him a Cobra clutch makes more sense there. Otherwise, decent moveset. Yeah. But Sid was a fascinating guy.
Here we go.
Great guy to watch
With Sid Justice.
as a kid because he's just this force of nature character. And perfect as a kid becoming a fan, and you just see this. We have up with this taunt, Jesus Christ.
Intensity. Sid won't stop until his brand of justice has been served.
Yeah, competitors trying to avoid tangling with Sid with good reason. He's not to be taken lightly.
That was terrible.
I'm sure Jade Cargill has other plans.
It's so odd, like they were working you could control your animations with those taunts. Here you have a variety of different taunts and different in the same button press.
I don't think we've truly
So
seen what
exactly
Jade
what you're
Cargill
going to
is
get.
fully
Whereas
capable
with
of yet.
more mercy or action engines, you can always predict these things because you get you could make them party games, and I would use that for pickup, which I'm doing more now with Backlash and with ECW Ordinary Wire, where you pretty much have this phenomenal roster.
If you can
The
stay
only thing
focused
that's
and
really
find Jade,
missing
you'll be able to eventually topple her.
is having WCW guys in there, having to go through them like a Hogan. It's like, well, just make them. There's going to be a couple tweaks I want to make to people. By and large, I'm not exactly in the mood to just recreate Hulk Hogan from scratch here and that's
Stops that offense from connecting. Caught the clothesline
attempt. Okay.
These two trading
drop
misses. An
misses.
absolute masterclass.
He's able to reverse it.
Big key here. Some of these camera switches are such that
It only gets a one count.
can't juggle because the camera.
Using the ropes for leverage. That's not right.
That's interesting. Oh,
Turn it around.
another thing is the counters are set so high.
What's coming next?
It's like, okay, yeah, just by pure happenstance you're going to counter every damn thing on attempt.
Big look from Jade Cargill, showing off the power here. Oh my God, man! Wait a minute, Jaded. That's it.
It's
This
kinda
one
weird.
is over.
Zero count.
Not even a one count.
Sometimes when you unleash your best offense and it doesn't get the
Zero
job
count
done,
using
you're taken out of your game.
definitely some theatric
Possibility
trickery
now in this
going on.
match.
Not enough. There's gotta be more.
Excited about the Thundercard stuff. Not so much because of who the fighters are they put in there, but it does make me wonder if we'll ever see UFC and WWE with actual crossover stuff in games, because there is legal wrangling that has to be done on to get UFC its fighters in proper. Like, they didn't just do this out of nowhere, but they've had it in a way with a little bit of happenstance because of Shamrock and Brock. You know, and it's funny that so I was doing my write-up today on it. It's so much history there, where you have the Shoot Style Promotions being this blend of MMA and pro wrestling in a way where you didn't really have MMA, but you had, you know, at the time, no holds barred fighting.
Definitely an intimidation
And,
factor that
you know,
comes
then
along
it
with the
became
entire
MMA a
Jade
decade
Cargill
later, and
experience.
you have the
I mean, just look at
fascinating
her. It's like she was carved out of
books.
marble, then came to life with
Essentially
only
the same
one goal in
thing
mind. Pure
in terms of
dominance.
how it's treated in Japan.
No wonder there's an intimidation factor. Jade
Really
always
doing a great
managed to
job.
find
He's
a way
already
to
did
use
this.
that
I'm
to
thinking
her
he's in
advantage.
his
But
40s
across the ring and
doing the shoot style
is
matches,
the always aggressive Sid Justice. Sid is
but
here to
looking very
win,
good. I
and
mean,
if he
of
has
course,
to
the natural
destroy
amateur
an
base
opponent to do it, then so
worked
be
nicely
it.
for anything because he could
Is as scary as they
do the
come.
community.
That's no
He was better
overstatement.
there
Facing
than
Sid
he
is
ever
like
should have
taking
been.
out a charging bull in the ring. And
It was
completely missed the
amazing
mark.
how good he
To
was.
become a highlight reel instead, just
companies
became
like
a
New York.
cautionary tale.
Paying the price
Just
tremendously
would take
now.
these bookings and he was a legend. He was. He started in the 70s and 80s, and the 90s guys were the legends of the time. And you didn't really have anyone like him. Even to this day, back then, it's strange he's not in the PJ range because his moves, whenever I have a creation of him, I always kill it moveset to replicate his stuff. If you were just to do his baseline WWE champion moveset, very boring. Very rhythmic drop. Not exactly what it said. The music, even though it wasn't there for him like it was on Sheik, where you had Sheik's Mid-South run.
How do you contend with a powerhouse like Jade Cargill?
Obviously, Cole, I
To
wouldn't
work
suggest
with,
getting
and
into
it was a
test
great
strength
showcase
against
of,
Jade, but it's
here's a guy who can do anything he comes off as legit. He's really was. And Backlund did too, but Backlund didn't evoke that. Backlund evoked more a nice guy, but if you provoke him, kind of guy. He's a fascinating character. When he wasn't in wrestling, he was a contractor. He would do plumbing. It's amazing the life he's led because, now he's never going to wrestle again. But it's crazy, even 14 years ago, and everything he Slater stuff. He could still go. And he didn't. He actually didn't give him a match. They gave him kind of a match. But they wouldn't give him an actual match, which is strange because, he did everything but pin Slater. And it's like, well, why not just count us as a match? There's no good reason this doesn't count. But they didn't. He really hasn't been someone who's been in games much. Even really in the Fire Pros, he wasn't even in a knockoff. He wasn't even like, Billy Back or whatever. He never was really in games, even as a knockoff guy. Which is weird because Fire Pro, he'd be perfect for that. In terms of what his style is.
Adversity
Gets the reversal. What a counter.
The Big Show choke slam.
hand on the trigger, ready for the final blow.
Catches the leg.
Back and forth trading reversals.
So he was ahead of the curve on that. That was a move he did before pretty much anybody.
Both sides with an answer to every piece of offense.
Yeah, this is a good game. So I would say maybe when you give him the flu.
I think we can consider this the beginning
That's
of
why
the
he's
end,
back in the
gentlemen.
match. Especially given they have like the apron choke slam. Like they have a lot of things in here that are very complimentary towards Sid.
These two reaching a standstill with all these reversals.
It's just a shame he got inducted. Everybody's faded, like his family didn't get a chance. It's so weird. Just announce people for the Hall of Fame when they're around to enjoy it. It would have meant the world for him to be on there with his grandkids.
Nothing fancy here.
It wasn't working. Who cares?
We have a pin. Shoulders are down. She breaks the ref's count.
Thing with Sid, shockingly, it wasn't about working.
She was ready with the count.
Sid was about aura.
Suplex. What a way to
He was
capitalize on the
phenomenal
mistake.
at just being Sid Vicious, Sydney. And always just being Sid. And some of his best work of his career came in Memphis. And he just
Here we go. Returning
he
to the
didn't
ring.
care. Because Memphis is everything. And he was so comfortable there.
Boom. Good defense from him.
Like that wasn't a lot of ways his best usage because he had no stakes. He didn't have force in the race. He just wanted to have fun. And so he would kind of do whatever. and he would have a chance to work with Lawler. He was phenomenal with his style.
I've got to say, the amount of punishment we've seen in the match would have already ended most
Kicks out.
superstars.
Sid or Sid could give you a good theatrical punch kick and sell to the extent he wanted to sell in that way. He was great as the Unified Champion. He's someone who never really gets his due as a guy like this. In part because he was champion in a down era. But also a kid in general. Like he got, he was the guy in '96 and '97. But he's a bridge in that because '95 is really should have won it. Should have beat Diesel. I thought they killed him. One putting him in the corporation. They heard DiBiase as a manager, but he had no credibility. He just lost the Mania main event with Big Will and LT, and yeah, you expect Big Will's role, and you knew that even going in. I was 11 or 11. I knew Big Will was losing. It's obvious and stuff. That's the role here. But it hurt because you want to see DiBiase have some credibility as a manager. They didn't want to give any credibility. They gave him Tatanka. And it's like, okay, maybe now Tatanka can do something. Nope, sure as you can. He went from undefeated to losing every freaking match he's in. Which is never a good use of the champion. I mean, why even bother turning the guy here if we're just going to have moves on it? He's never losing any of these games. He's like, this is not going to make a deal, make it a multi-year deal, have him in. He's not someone I'm going to play as regularly, but he's someone who, if I'm doing, like a WWF 93 playthrough or something, and I'm in a mode, I'm going to play as him. He's fun to have on the roster. He's a good visual character like Sid is. It's like he's very bright. That bright blue worked, bright red worked. You go with the best appearance. Well, I think that he was Tatanka even in the SVR games. He might have been 06 and 07.
We're underway here with Sid Justice in the ring.
He's really not been like in the 90s even if he was in Rumble.
Sid is as fearsome as they come. The moment Sid
Sega CD Raging Cage. But even by now, his stock plummeted. Once he lost that undefeated streak, it's almost like it's all for him. Once he had that, he had nothing else.
He's not to be taken lightly.
That's on them for booking it that way. I mean, they cashed his chips out for frickin'
I have to imagine you have second thoughts about competing all together.
Okay, that's a failure. That's a bad idea. Look at this shit. This is a taunt in a wrestling video game where you need to be able to get up. You need to be able to have freedom of your character's movement. And then that. It's like when you're in that stun phase where there's only so much you can do.
Getting carried to a vulnerable position here. Slips out the back door.
You have no control over your character.
Stomping down with all their weight.
He answers right back. And Corey, I'll toss the softball your way. Do you think Jade Cargill has what it takes to get the job done here tonight?
Without a doubt, Cole. Jade Cargill's a 1 in a million talent, and she proves that every time she steps into the ring.
It's because she's a good, similar to Sid. Now, seeing Jade in WWE, I saw her live in WWE. It's like, that is kind of her peak in a way. Like, she's not really any better in matches. It's very odd to me to see how little she's progressed. And she's been there for 2.5 years, and it's just like, there's just nothing. There's just nothing really with her. The kick, she's a great character. It's in the ring, it's just not there, and the presence isn't there. It's the Sid had the presence. Jade had an AEW, doesn't really have any WWE. Hasn't fit for her yet. It's odd. She comes off like she created a big fish with small pond, which is not new. That's a new phenomenon in wrestling. Shane Douglas is a guy who came off better in ECW than anywhere else, in part because he could cuss and be a loudmouth and the audience would placate him on his promos and everything against Ric Flair. And we all would have. They'd have all been overjoyed if Ric Flair was even in 73 to do so. And there's a thing they should have done too, is when he was in WWE, they had ECW. He should have, he could have been ECW too. Like, that would have been fun. That would have been an interesting tale to tell. You technically get one more world title. It's a new world title. You get his name fixed to the ECW world title. You get him. It's ECW, WCW, WWF World Champion. Really good. I mean, it was basically that's the title. It's not actually. It's probably worse than that. Because at least the world title was code for this match to go 17 seconds on pay-per-view. And you get the real match on TV. There's a problem with ECW, like their Mania 23 match. 6 minutes of nothing on TV, and then they actually have the real match on TV, and it's good. It's like, well, this would have been a hell of a thing. They have at WrestleMania, the 4-hour extravaganza of the year. You know, maybe you find the extra 10 minutes on that one, but no, they never did. And they didn't care to. You know, it wasn't in their interest to do that. Okay, 6 points, that's helpful. Oh, Alphabet All-Star, so that's what that type this is. So there we go, my faction points I can actually use there, 750, not 6. Shockingly, it's not very useful. And we got a Super Showdown Cosmic Win. This mode is perfect for WWE trademarking because 15 points. So that's what it is. You just use all these trademarks WWE owns, and if you're TKO, it's like we just bought this stuff. We don't care. You know, it's like the Legends deal. It's like, okay, they don't care. They're not. It's not their business to care. Really. Now, one day I might do the Cena. Nope, not spending money on that. Or that. I mean, some of this is so weird. You even have these on there.